Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining our weekly Communities of Practice Sunday check-in session. My name's Priscilla Wong, and I'm a member of the Communities of Practice team. I hope everyone has had a good week, and I welcome you all to this half hour of Dharma, reflection, and community connection. I'd especially like to welcome you if it is your first time joining us here today. It is great to have you. It is customary for us in Australia to begin any meeting by acknowledging the traditional owners of our land. I would like to start today by acknowledging the Dharawal people as the traditional owners of the land on which Nan Tien Institute resides. I also acknowledge the traditional custodians of the various lands on which you all are, and I pay my respects to the elders, past, present, and emerging. Our volunteer team has been working together since 2012, and in response to COVID-19, began these weekly check-in sessions in October 2020. We are now up to our 29th weekly check-in session. The purpose of these sessions were as outlined above, guided by humanistic Buddhism to develop and cultivate our practice and friendships. Now more than ever, the practice has become vital, and the purpose of today is exactly that. It is now my pleasure to introduce Mr. Joey Yeo, who is a volunteer based in Melbourne and a friend of the community, to guide this session.
Thanks, Priscilla. Good morning, afternoon, and evening to all. Before we start the session, let's begin with our routine mini mindful pause. We hope that this will allow us to position our minds and hearts ready for the session and the discussion. Firstly, let's all sit comfortably. Soften your gaze. Drop your chin a little and let your gaze fall gently downward. You can choose to close your eyes or simply let what appears before your eyes be there without focusing on it. Feel your breath. Bring your attention to the physical sensation of the breathing, the air moving through your nose or mouth, the rising and falling of your belly or your chest. Notice when your mind wanders from your breath. Don't worry. There's no need to block or eliminate thinking. When you notice your mind wandering, say thank you. Gently return to your breath. Be kind about your wandering mind. You may find your mind wandering constantly. Instead of wrestling with the thoughts, practice observing them without reacting. Come back to your breath over and over again without judgment or expectation. In the next minute, I'll sound the bell as a reminder for that. Whenever you are ready, gently leave your eyelids. Dharma is everywhere is a common phrase that one will hear from talks, read in books. Some weeks ago, as I was driving to work, the random mind starts to ponder about this quote. The doubtful mind replied, let's test its validity. Let's start with the roads. The doubtful mind raised a challenge. Are there any Dharma, Buddha Dharma in the roads? Interestingly, the inquisitive mind started to become more aware of the signposts along the roads. As my headlights was reflecting them prominently in the early morning, signs of speed limits, signs of possible kangaroos, sign of school zones, each of them reminding us to take note of something. Reflecting on our life journeys so far, what kind of signposts have we been putting up? And how effective are these signposts in guiding us through the ups and downs in our mental roads? These reflections led me to think of how I've applied what I've learned from the sutras, mantras, commentaries that I've recite and read regularly. Have I been realizing them through my thoughts, words, and actions? Then I realized that I might have been over-compartmentalizing my meditation, chanting, reciting sessions against the other aspects of my life. I need to learn to signpost these words of wisdom throughout my everyday life, not just during the short 30 minutes or an hour of time at most dedicated to this daily routine. Venerable Master Yin Guang, a very devoted Pure Land practitioner and master in China who was around between 1860s and 1940s, was well known for a signpost he placed in his bedroom. He placed the word death right in the center of his room to constantly remind him about the impermanence of life, and that since death is certain but the timing of it remains uncertain, this signpost death aims to remind him to make full use of whatever time we have to do good and to train our mind to be in constant resonance with the qualities and virtues of the Buddhas. Interestingly, the Amitabha Pure Land, as noted in the Amitabha Sutra, indicates lots of different signposts too. One of such is the birds of that land, which constantly share words or songs that remind the practitioners to recollect the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. So going back to the road signs, notice they are extremely bright when our headlights shine at them. Are our mental signposts that bright too as we journey through the darkest moments of our lives? Just like the warning signs for us to slow down when reaching a junction, have we developed the wholesome habit of pausing for a moment, calming our minds and hearts when we reach crossroads in our lives or even daily decision-making moments? Back to the kangaroo signs. How well are we prepared for surprises in our life? In school zones, analogous to the many interactions we have with others, do we slow down a little and be more conscious and mindful of our words, actions, and thoughts? The roads have taught me the above, and I'm grateful to the roads, to those who have laid the roads, and to those who have diligently designed the numerous signs, posts, and set them up. With this short sharing, I hope we are now ready for a discussion on how roads can reveal Buddha Dharma to us. Roads for the cars, trucks, buses, the wheelway roads, or for those who are playing games, maybe the virtual roads as well. Those who are into Tesla, maybe the digital world of the networks of roads in guiding us through the new world. Danger signs aren't telling us to get off the road and stop the journey. They are helping us navigate our continuation on it. And that's remind me on when I was driving to Bendigo on the highway, 100 kilometers, 110, and it says, if you are tired, please rest. But it doesn't say, if you are tired, stop and turn back. There are signs but many stretches have them not. Without science, we rely on our common sense and go with the flow, indeed. We rely on the days where we sit for the exams, the road science examination, and to remind ourselves the rules and regulations of driving. Eminent monks who have traveled to bring Buddhism back have shown me that when one road doesn't work, then change to the ocean. Beautiful. Middle path road is the best road with all the mindful mind, kindness towards others, compassion, and all loving kindness by putting ourselves into others' shoes. I need to do that to reduce my anger when driving. I need to try to put myself in the other driver's shoes. Different faiths are on different rail lines, but they still need to be aware of each other so that we can have harmony with all. Yeah. The driver on the Dharma road means, as a driver, we sit and watch with an attentive mind, similar to a meditation session. Yeah, be aware. It's not about dozing off. No anger, Joey. PCS. Thanks for reminding me that, yes, very important when driving, no anger, just like our roads in our minds. Relax when you're in jam. Relax and breathe in. Try it out. Thanks a lot. Okay, with this, keep going with this activity for the next week. So for the next three sessions, skipping the 16th of May, where we'll be doing some reflection and co-design discussion on the future of this community, we'll dive deeper and broader into this phrase, Dharma is everywhere, and explore Dharma in the key parts of our lives. While we could consider pasting on our walls words of wisdom or quotes from great venerables like Master Hsing Yun, we can't do so in other places outside our homes. Moreover, at times, our spontaneous recollection of the Dharma can be haphazard or maybe not that trustworthy. So we could start considering, contemplating, and revealing the Dharma that's hidden in the symbols and items around our daily lives, and to use that to create mental signposts that will remind us of the Buddha Dharma, guide us in our responses and interactions as we journey through our karma-driven experience and events anywhere in this world. So I encourage all of us to embark on this curious field connection and activity in the coming weeks. And as for today, I especially dedicate the little merits gained to all sentient beings who have helped to lay the roads, to the beings whose remains decomposed for millions of years ago and are used now to lay the roads. Their contributions and sacrifice made this reflection session possible, and many more to come. Over to you, Priscilla, for facilitating the final bit. Thank you.
Thank you, Joey. We hope this check-in session was helpful to you and that you experienced the loving kindness of this community as it is offered here today. For anyone who might be experiencing a greater need than today could meet, or if you just have any comments or questions, please don't hesitate to get in touch at the email above. Alternatively, there are some professional organizations listed on the slide. As we check out today, we'd like to ask you all to reflect for a moment and send thoughts to the loved ones, friends, and strangers who may need some care and healing. May they feel the warmth, strength, and love of this community as we recite the dedication of merits together.
Let us now dedicate the goodness of what you have done to all living beings. May kindness, compassion, joy, and equanimity pervade all worlds. May we cherish and build affinities to benefit all beings. May Chan, Pure Land, and precepts inspire equality and patience. May our gratitude and humility give rise to great vows.
Thank you, Joey, for that thought-provoking session. And thank you, everyone, for attending today. We'll be back again next week on the 9th of May for our second session on Buddha Dharma is Everywhere. So at 11 a.m., join us at the same link. Otherwise, join us now as the community has an informal chat for the next half an hour. So Joey, Venerable, and others will be staying around. Otherwise, we'll see you next week.